Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are doing Story and Sketch live on Thursday due to some technical issues that I had over the past couple of days. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Pamela with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country in Fredericksburg, Texas. And this is Story and Sketch live with Pamela, where I will be creating a 12 by 12 scrapbook page this week using the Florals in Bloom Sweet Collection. So all these beautiful bundles, the colors, the papers, and I'm using my Scrap and Create kit that I've created. I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. Good morning, Cerise. Thank you for commenting. So I know I'm live and moving forward okay. So far, so good. We'll see if my technical difficulties have been rectified. So I think I had to hardwire my computer to the Wi-Fi. So maybe that will have fixed it. We will see. There might be a little bit in there. 1 second, please, on that bottom shelf. We got our college girl here. It is summertime. All right. So I'm going to grab my ribbon there. I've got it in here in my kit. Let me first, let's do a little bit of housekeeping on what's going on. Yesterday, May 28th, the brand new Stamping Up Album Retreat kit went live for purchase. Here are all the details on that. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. That Karen Pedersen, who is with Close to My Heart, good morning, Christine. She has helped and been instrumental in bringing the Close to My Heart album retreat concept to Stamping Up. And we are having our first album retreat July 16th through the 18th from 2 to 10:30 Mountain Time. So where I'm at, that'll be 3 to 11:30 Central Time. Now, all these videos that will be recorded, they'll be live in a private Facebook group, and they will be recorded, and then those recordings will be shared with participants, a month or so afterwards, so that you'll have lifetime access to them, because Facebook will delete those lives after 30 days, but they've already figured out how they're going to take care of that. But you'll need to order your kit ASAP, as it's only while supplies last. I think I have a little bit of a picture here. It's kind of cut off here, but you will get 12 scrapbook layout kits that are pre-cut for you. You see that? Everything is pre-cut. Then you'll get some product. These are like some irresistible cardstock that we'll be sponging on. There's punch out die cuts that'll go on the pages. You've got laser cut embellishments in white willow, and there's also some chipboard, like black chipboard, that'll be used for mostly titles and maybe some embellishments. You'll have photo placeholders if you don't have your photos ready at the time of the event, some twine, some dots, flip flaps. You'll be learning all about those and how to use those. And do you see this right here? Those are 4 stamp sets that have alphabets, upper, lowercase. There's also numbers in there. And this is all exclusive for Album Retreat. And then all these little icons and things that we'll use throughout the pages. And then also you'll receive your page protectors. You won't have an album. The kit does not include the actual album, but you can get that with your rewards that you'll receive for purchasing your album retreat kit. All right. And then here is a little sampling of the pages that we're going to make. Most of them, a lot of them are interactive. So this is a huge value, having everything pre-cut for you. Price point may seem a little high, but for a retreat, and this is going to be a in-home virtual retreat that you can do at any time. You can do it live with us July 16th through the 18th, or do it at your own pace afterwards, as each of the lives, each layout will be a separate recording, so you can do them in order, during, pause, do them later. Mr. Not Pumpkin Peanut's going to come up here. He's really wanting some love today. And then here are the additional pages. Again, lots of them are interactive. We're going to learn so many fun techniques. And I am familiar with album retreats. I've been doing them for years with Close to My Heart. And they are my absolute favorite event ever. And it's similar to what I do here. You'll watch the instructors create the pages, and but you'll have the product already in hand. So I did learn yesterday that as soon as you order your kit, like the kits are ready to be shipped out. So you'll go ahead and get your kit, but you'll want to hold on to it till July 16th through 18th. As a few weeks before that, you'll get written instructions. You'll get invited to the Facebook um, page where all the information and the lives will happen. And it's just a wonderful community and so fun. And there's lots of interaction with the chats and all that as well. So, highly recommend that you participate. If you have any questions about that or need help placing your order, let me know and I'd be happy to help you. Good morning, Debbie. So, um, again, if you have any questions, let me know. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But you'll be seeing Stamping Up doing some Facebook Lives or videos throughout the next month or so for as long as the kits are available for purchase. When they run out of supplies, I don't think there'll be any more. And I have no idea how many, excuse me, they plan on um, what they've created. There's Peanut. He's a cute, sweet little boy, but I can't hold him and love on him right now. So, all right, so let's move on to our Scrap and Create kit. Let me tell you about it this week. Yay, Debbie! Excited. Yeah, it can be a little pricey, but just save up your money and try to get it if you can because it is amazing. So, so worth it. And you'll have a whole completed album when we're done. So, let me pull these out. I got the allergies going on. We've got some crazy weather here in Texas, the Texas Hill Country. I saw some photos today, this morning, of Austin, and it looked like a snowstorm had gone through. There was so much hail. So you might want to check on your brother, Bevan. So I saw some pictures of like mounds of hail. So they had it really bad in Austin yesterday. And I don't even know that we got a drop yesterday, so which I'm not complaining about if it means no severe weather. All right, so here's our florals in bloom designer series paper, you will get 6 by 12 sheets of this paper when you place your order. So Debbie, if you place your order today, you'll be getting this as well as a thank you gift for ordering during this week. So for a $50 and up order, you'll receive my Scrap and Create kit, these beautiful papers that I'm having so much fun with, some fun color combinations. You'll also get a sampling of the new in color flat gems dots. I don't even remember what they're called now. And the Summer Splash ribbon. There is some Summer Splash cardstock, Secret Sea, Granny Apple Green, some basic white. That's our standard Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And then these two are the two-tone cardstock. You'll receive half a sheet of these in Timid Tiger and Petunia Pop. All these colors I'm using, except for the Granny Apple Green, are our new 2024 through 26 and 25 through 27 in colors. And then you'll also receive several sheets of White Willow cardstock and the Darling Duckling two-tone cardstock as well. All right, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm gonna get this put back together and put away. So I've already busted into my Scrap and Create kit. So every week I make one for myself, and then that's what I use to create with throughout the week. And then you'll receive a PDF with your Scrap and Create kit with supply list, cutting measurements, and then links to the videos to recreate what I created for the week. Of course, you can make whatever you like with that sampling of product. So let's get busy. Now, I don't know if I have it handy. Let me see if I can find it. I had printed out and shared on nope, I shared on Tuesday because I'm totally off on my schedule this week because of everything. I think I have it over here. So the Floral and Scrap Create kit, I did put together some bundles that'll help you place an order if you're not sure what to order. Maybe you need some stamp pads, or you want to get one of the bundles and a few stamp pads, or the different bundle and a few stamp pads plus the corrugated embossing folder and some stamping dimensionals. Or maybe you want it all and there's a bundle for that as well. So there's a link, I think, in the description that will give you all the information you need. I was going to look, I think, yes, it's my link tree link, and then you'll just look under Scrap and Create Kit, and I've put all the information that you need to know on the landing page for my Scrap and Create kits. There's links to the bundles, there's links to my website. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me or email me. I think all that information is in my link tree. All right, so let's get busy. We are going to be doing, again, a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, and we're using this sketch today. If you're signed up for my email newsletter, then you will receive this in an email probably later today, since I actually have it ready or so far, or already. Then it's going to give you some measurements on the basic design, and then I've thrown in a couple of optional measurements of things I've used today of how I've done it. And that's just nice to print out. It's a PDF. You can put some hole punches in it, throw it in an 8.5 by 11 binder, and start your story and sketch template booklet. Um, so that's our design today. Then we're going to be doing stamping today. We're going to have some fun playing around with these stamps and the Pretty Florals. I've already cut my title, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping to create the rest of the title. Think we'll do a little bit of ink splattering and see how we can incorporate this ribbon as well. Got my journaling and photos done, so primarily we'll be stamping and die cutting. All right, so let me get back to my screen. Hey Flo, good morning. Think I've said hello to everyone that has commented, so be sure to give me a thumbs up, a like, a follow, a heart, wherever you're viewing from. Some are on Facebook, some are on YouTube, and that just helps the algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. All right, so let's get some things moved around here so we can get started on our page. All right, so I've got all these ink pads, and we will, I don't know why I'm being color coordinated, but here, I'll show you two that are together. Kind of moving some stuff around over here to see if, yeah, I can find it. Got my ink, my liquid glue. I don't think I need it today, but I keep forgetting to put my little pin in it to keep it from clogging up. All right, so I'm going to put all my embellishments over here, so maybe I can find them here in a few minutes. Hello, Cheryl from Ohio. Good morning, Debbie. Thank y'all so much. All right, so and that I don't need for just a little bit, so I'll position that over there. So I'm going to be scrapbooking today about Jeff and I's anniversary of the day we met. That is our favorite anniversary. It was October 7th, 2015, and we celebrate it probably more than we do our wedding anniversary. So we really feel like God brought us together. He orchestrated all that. And those of you that don't know our story, which I haven't included here, but I have scrapbooked before, Jeff and I met on farmersonly.com. For real. So anyways, that's kind of a funny part of our story. And he was in Fredericksburg. I was in a town called Christoval, not very far from my hometown of San Angelo, Texas. And we met online, met shortly thereafter in person. And then, I mean, we were inseparable from the very beginning. Just so many things in common, our history, and being Christians. We had lots to talk about together. Um, we love so many of the same things. We just love each other, love being with one another, love spending time with one another. So I'm just doing a small little tribute to the flowers that he got me this particular year. I didn't put the date anywhere, which I may have to come back and do that, but it does say 8 years ago. So this was in 2023. These photos are. This was like the day before the 7th, and this was maybe a week later because we had tons of things going on. um, we had a wedding that we went to, a conference we went to. Actually, we had two weddings that we went to within a 2 week time period, I think, or maybe even a week period, something like that. It was crazy busy. So my flowers were maybe a week late or something, but I focused more on just the story about celebrating our um, the day we met and our anniversary. So I've got those ready to go. Got my paper pre-cut, some matting, and look at this beautiful paper. That's going to be so fun. And I just thought it looked really pretty with these flowers. it just coordinated perfectly with that. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of, like, even though there's not really any of the Secret Sea color, that's one of the new in colors in this paper, I'm bringing this one in for a contrast, and the fact that my shirt really matches that sea crest. So, sea crest, Secret Sea. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and we're going to do a little and work on our base. So I grabbed some scraps that I had of the Secret Sea, and I am actually going to build kind of a faux border across the page. So this is, before we even do that, let's get down our base. This is the Timid Tiger. This is not the Timid Tiger. This is the Darling Duckling. And I am using, see how bright? Looks a lot brighter on camera, but I'm going to use the light side of the two-tone cardstock. So I'm going to put a little glue dot on opposite ends and just get this tacked down. So I won't be doing anything particular to this, other than I'm going to take these little pieces. These are 1 inch by 2 3/4 inch, I think. Not sure where I put the dots. So there we go. I think it's down now. And I'm going to position them centered right here on this piece. So it's going to look like, once I have this piece down, like there's a strip going all the way across. And in reality, it's only just this one little 1 inch piece. And that is just to add a little character to the page, I guess. All right, so this piece is cut down to 11 by 11. So I end up with a 1/2 inch border all the way around. So see how that looks? It just, whoops, got a little, the white I think is causing issues with the focus. All right, so before we put anything down, haven't really decided. I don't have any of the new in color stamping blends, but I do have somewhere over here. I've been using them on and off. I have the Stampin' Right blends, and I'm wondering, let me look at, there's one stamp in here too that I want to try to incorporate, which coincides with this paper right here. So let me let Peanut out, maybe. He just laid down. Maybe he'll be quiet. We'll see. So I'm going to see if I can do some splattering using these. And then this one, what color do I think I want to do? So we've got some of all this in here. Probably not. Let me think through it just for a second. My title's made out of the strawberry slush. I feel like I'm going to use the Secret Sea still, but I'm going to have to stamp off because it's going to be really dark. Don't think I want to do the Darling Duckling. Now, I only want to stamp this in a couple of little places. So then I might end up using maybe just this cloud cover. So let me tell you about the cloud cover if you're new here and not familiar. It is one of the brand new in colors. However, we cannot get it in a stampin' pad because the formula of the ink had an odd reaction to the foam pad that Stampin' Up! Uses in these pads, and it turned kind of grayish instead of kind of a bluish. So the Stampin' Right markers are available, the reinkers are available, and then you can take a reinker and fill one of the little Stampin' spots. You can get those empty, and I think I'm actually going to get one today from my artisan box. It's going to come in a little bit, so I'm going to have some new products to share with you soon. Anyhow, and then it also comes in the cardstock. So Secret C, no, Cloud Cover is still available in all the products except for the Stampin' Pad, just so you're aware. So I think I may flick some of that in the background. So let's look here. Let me kind of show you what I've got going on. So I'm going to have it positioned somewhere, maybe like this. So I'm going to have my journaling down here, and it's on a piece of clear shipping label, so you'll be able to see through it. So I'm going to stamp off on here. So let me get a scrap sheet of something. I don't know if I have just some regular cardstock somewhere. Let's look what I can use. I can probably use this. So if I stamp off, I'm going to do it like maybe down here and there. It didn't go all the way. I don't know if I can get it lined back up. There we go. Pretty good. So it must have something to do with my foam pad. All right, so it'll just be peeking out over here a little bit. And then I think I might want to do it like right in here. And I might do it a third time. I want to be careful and not smudge. I think I'm going to redo it. I still stamp, press down too hard on these foam. I think I'll do it right up here. All right, so that's just going to add, I can put some clusters. That's going to be part of my title up here. And then let's do a little bit of ink splattering. I'm going to pull all these out and we're going to look at them and see. I think just something subtle. Of course, the orange would kind of be pretty too. I think I'm going to do the orange, the timid tiger. All right, so we can move this out of the way. We're also going to move this out of the way so I don't get any on my base. And you can still kind of do the same thing usually with these, like flicking them. Yeah, they're just not quite as juicy as the stamping blends, but I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and I like these too because it's a real fine splatter, which I kind of like. And I'm just really kind of focusing mostly on that area where I put the stamping. Let me see if you can't really tell what color it is in the video, but It does look pretty with that back there. Okay, so I think that's all we're gonna do. Keep it pretty simple because we have some stamping and die cutting to do. That will take the most time. So let's not get super crazy on our background techniques. All right, so I think that's it. So I can layer this down. We should have about a 1/2 inch all the way around. And again, I want to keep that kind of handy so y'all can see it. I'm going to tuck it up under there so you can see at least just the sketch we're kind of working with. All right. So we're going to do something similar to this. I'm just going to have this layered on this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Probably do some stamping dimensionals here and there. And then we need to get this down pretty quick as well. So I am going to overlap these. This, I don't know. I can go ahead and put this onto that base, matte. So this was a 4x6 photo, and then you have a 4.5 by 6.5 matte. And maybe I'll pop that up and tuck that up under there just a little bit. So it's over this one, but under that. I think I might like that. And then see those, I just want to position it. I'm liking that. So let's do that. Let's put this down. Now, if you wanted to get this out to conserve some paper, you could do that. But I'm just going to keep it simple. And I'm angling my little bit. You'll see everything's very asymmetrical, I guess, or I'm not sure if that's the right word. But I'm going to go ahead and put this down. But let me position this. This is going to go right about there. And we need to, I think this is where my journaling is going to go, right in there. All right, so let me put that down. Hey, Teresa, how are you? All right, so I just played with my Mountain Majesties paper pumpkin kit yesterday, and they included this big sheet of dimensionals. So we're going to use them today. What I have left over. I created one of each of the cards as they were intended, and then I created my Paper Pumpkin Creatives scrapbook page, which the only way you can see the full page is by subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, and then you'll receive the 12 to 14 alternate projects from the design team on June 1st. All right, so there's that. I'm going to adhere it now. I'm finding the last, I guess Monday's, well, Make It Monday project, this project, and even my Paper Pumpkin Creatives project, I used pictures of Jeff and I together. All right, make sure that's correct. So I guess Jeff just got these flowers from HEB, I'm assuming. There was back in 2020 a some bouquet of flowers that I was getting with my farm order that looked a lot like these too. So at first, that's what I thought they were, but then when I looked at the date, I was like, no, that's not correct. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. I think I have a little tab right here. If you're new here, let me show you what I'm using right here. This is Avery Clear. It's a full sheet, 8.5 by 11 shipping label. And then I just cut them up. Can't really see it, but I have all these little pieces in here that I can do my journaling on whatever size I want. And then it ends up looking like put the, you printed right on your page. All right, so I'm going to line it up where I want it. So I think it's going to be right there. And since that, I can press that one down and then just kind of roll it back right there. So see, now you can't even really tell. You have to look really close to be able to see that it's a label on there. Then I do have, I'm not sure, these are going to be probably my last bits of embellishing. So I'll print this off from my computer, my word processing. I'll probably put it right up here somewhere and then cut it down into little about 1/4 inch strips. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. So that way I'll have who it is, the date-ish. 8 years ago, they would have to count to 2023. So I don't think I'll put 2023 in here. I think I'll just leave it like that. And let me clean up my mess over here. So you can see our journaling, our photo area. I like how they're doing the sketch template because it's not confining you into anything particular. And I'm going to show you how you can, you know, tilt the photos, change them. Anyhow, this is actually a sketch template from page 28 of the annual catalog. I did not mention that earlier, but you've got like 8 scrapbook templates in here, which is awesome. There's also some card ones and tags featured on page 24. And I've created a little sketchbook that has the sketches in it. And you'll see I even put some lines down here on the PDF so that you can take some notes if you want. I think Peanut coming up here. I keep seeing his little hairs everywhere. All right, let me grab my silicone mat so I don't get adhesive everywhere. So I think I'll go ahead and just put this right here. We'll have pretty much everything, most everything done. We've still got our title. Let me see how I want to say that's going to fit right in there perfectly, but see, lovely, lovely day. I want to put day in here somewhere. And I may, instead of stamping directly on the page, I may do a little rectangle like right here, kind of similar to this. And we may do that because I'll probably do it's a lovely day. So I could do it's a lovely day. So I think we're going to do that. And then I had thought about doing this one, but I think I'm going to wait and do that on Friday for our fun folds. So these are all the flowers that are in this designer series paper. So let's look at what we can do with that. So I need some scraps of cardstock. I have a few little ones right here. And hello, Mo. Is it MoMA? On the back 40. I love your handle, your YouTube handle. I'm so glad we have some new first timers here. Thanks for joining me today. All right. So let's see. So I really love these. I'm not going to do it this week because the color scheme, but these would be great to make blue bonnets, Debbie. So Debbie's in Texas here with me, and that's our state flower is the Texas blue bonnet. So I'm gonna have to maybe make a card or something with that, and eventually a scrapbook page. All right, so I have not played with these at all, so we are gonna have a little bit of fun here, I hope. So I see these. There's I probably won't do, see how they go from, they're kind of a ombre, dark to light. We could do that. We could attempt it anyways. But there's this stamp, so let's pull it out first in Strawberry Slush. We'll grab that color. So this is where the bundle number 1 is going to come in handy if you're needing order suggestions. All right, I haven't used any of these solid stamps. I'm going to rub them on my hand just to get some of the processing oils or whatever is on there. Just kind of roughens them up a little bit. See, almost kind of like an eraser. And let's play around with this just a little bit. So if I just do full strength, I could do that. Then we could stamp off. I call it generation, first generation, second generation. There's also the option, I'm going to stamp this a couple of times. So we've got the second generation on here, and we could do this. Let's see. And I kind of like that because that looks similar to what's going on right in there. So I can use all of these actually. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. So I just want, I think, well, maybe we'll do like 3 clusters, but we'll just need 3 of each, really. All right, let me get my stamp cleaner. And then we can do the outline. Hopefully I can line it up. I don't know how well it's going to show on this full strength one. You want to be careful right there. I'm going to just use my chamois to get that off. Again, I'm pressing too hard. All right, let's see if I can get this lined up this way. I may have to get my head in the picture. I don't know that it lines up perfectly. That was pretty good. Okay, now this one might be a little bit easier. I don't know if it's going to be easier to see. Not really. I wonder if I go this way, if I can see a little bit better. It might have been easier to stamp this first and then stamp these down. I'm not sure. That one wasn't even close, but that's just the way it's going to be. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But as I look at it too, there are a couple of places that don't have any outlines. All right, so we've got those. Then let's do, what are our other flowers? These are in yellow, so let's try these. So that would be this one, I think. And we're going to have some dies that are going to cut these out. So that's going to be good too. So let's grab our Darling Duckling. We can put, let me make sure I've got this clean. Pretty much. All right, next we'll do this one. I'm going to find that sheet that I was stamping off on. We're going to put it right up here after I move this out of the way. So maybe that one's gonna, I think that one's gonna be easier to line up. I'm gonna do this one in second generation. I'm gonna have to change it up so I have to remember that I'm cutting these out. I'm gonna do 3 of each so that if I want to do 3 clusters, I can. Call me Juju. Okay, we will call me Juju, please. We will do that. All right, and this one. Yeah, it's funny when I'm doing the lives and someone has a cute creative name. We don't really know what your name is. And then I realize mine's the same way because I don't have my name in my handle. It's just passionate about scrapbooking. It's like, yeah, that could be a problem. All right, this is a little bit trickier than I thought it might be. Might be better to do the outlines. That one was pretty good. And I was looking at this area right here. That seemed to. All right, so that works. All right, what next? Maybe just 3 different ones. I don't know what that was. Something fell off the table. All right, so then what else? Flower wise, I got to decide, or stem wise. Um, if we do, I don't really have this color. I'm not sure even what color that would be unless it's stamped off Petunia Pop, maybe. So I've got that flower, I guess, yeah. And then don't really have these little ones could be Timid Tiger, possibly. I think I'll just do one more. So I'm trying to kind of look to see which one I want to do. This could be these over here, but then there's no outline for that one. So let's do, I guess we'll do this one right here. We don't get all our kind of big flowers. That means we're going to need another piece. And I think I'm going to do the Timid Tiger because of the orange flower up here. And that'll give us 3 clusters to kind of 3 flowers to put in each one of our clusters. So this time I'm going to try the outline first and see if it's easier to line up. And we'll do it this way maybe. Okay. And then we'll do the solid image, second generation, or stamped off. Here. Yeah, that does seem to be a little bit easier. Definitely. So stamp your outline first. And then stamp your solid image. All right. So there's our flowers. Now let's figure out our, I think you can cut all these out. Let me look and see. Yep. So we're probably going to need even more cardstock. I have another sheet scrap over here. And there are some that are with Summer Splash. So I think I'm going to do those. And then I think I'm going to cut, since I didn't grab the Granny Apple Green, I don't know, I'm not sure. I think I'll do all these in the Summer Splash. I'm going to stamp one off that. Okay, we're just going to do those. I think I'm looking, that might work for both of these and these. So let's do a few others, and we'll interchange the first and second generation. We'll do one in each cluster, just kind of alternating the different tops. All right, and then this one is really our only other stem to stamp, so this will work with that one. So I just really need 3 of those, I guess. And we'll do the same thing. We'll do 1, 2, and then 1. All right, so we've got all that. And then I'll cut just a couple of these maybe in the Granny Apple Green cardstock. All right, so I think that's most of our stamping, aside from our, well, let's do, well, we'll come back because I'm just going to stamp on what cardstock I have left to do my It's a Lovely Day to finish that off. Guess I'm going to put that away. So I guess on Friday we will also incorporate this because I haven't used this or this yet, and we got to do that. So I do need that. I need this and this and this and this. Yeah, so I will figure out how to end up using all of that this week on all the different projects. So I'm going to move that over even a little bit more because we need to bring in our machine. And I need some Post-it tape. keep some things in place. And hopefully I can make a run through of all of these on here. So that one can go up here at the top. And then I can do these as well. So this will just be a little time consuming, but then I know for sure I do want that one. We can just stick it all on and we'll be pretty much done. I do want to see if I can put some ribbon somewhere. All right, so let's just run these through. It's about all the room I have. Let me find my other plate. All right, so while we're doing this, let's chit chat a little bit. Anybody working on anything good, creatively or not? What you got going on this summer? Oh, so these are going to cut out individually. I probably kind of knew that, but I didn't think about it. So let's keep them. So there's a cluster. I can hear the kittens going crazy in the living room. Got this one. Again, we could put this over here somewhere. Maybe one up here, down here. I'm not sure yet. And trying to think what else. Oh, another thing that we have going on is it's the last couple of days of our join special. Keep it there. I like this one. So you can get for $99, you can choose $165, I believe, in the US of product to build your own starter kit. So if you have ever thought about getting a discount on your products or being part of an incredible community, there's Facebook groups, so much training. Stamping Up is so wonderful about all the training they do, especially for new demonstrators. It has been so helpful this last year as I've transitioned from close to my heart to Stamping Up. All right, that one. If you have any questions about that, I'd be happy to answer those for you, whether here or privately. Again, you can email me or message me. Be happy to answer those questions for you. Would love to have you as a part of my team. One of the perks as part of my team is that the PDFs that I create each week and each month from the design teams I'm on, you get those free each month as being a perk of, it's a perk of being a part of my team. So we've got the paper pumpkin tutorial every month and the new Global Ink Collective design team, which consists of past and present artisans. All right, so Juju is organizing her stamps. That's awesome. Hello. Yay! Got notice about her album retreat kit. I'm so glad you're doing that. You are gonna love it. It's gonna be so amazing. And these down here. All right, so I'm placing them in the areas that I'm planning on doing my clusters. And we don't need that one, so I got all of that cut. Now we just need to do our, I guess I'm gonna just have to stick these up here on my little magnet I have. Those of y'all that have been around probably know about that. I stuck a little magnet right under the handle. Okay, these I can't do yet, but these I need to do. All right. Would have been great if I'd had all this done ahead of time, but just didn't quite have it together. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for bearing with me as I do that. The technical difficulties. Apparently, I guess it was the Wi-Fi. Have it a little too. What's going on? Just a second. Pull it down. Under there. Forgot to take that out. That kind of got hidden under there somehow. I guess it was my Wi-Fi. Here we go. And then Debbie says she's been organizing her craft room. Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to do a little bit each day. Oh, that's so sweet. Making cards for our church members. All right, let's see. There. And take this one off. And that one will go up there somewhere. Maybe. I'm going to do the. Remember, I'm going to alternate the first generation with the second generation. You need to be sure, Debbie, to be taking pictures of your cards before you send them. Then you can share them with us. Share what you've been making. All right, now Lady wants outside. Oh, let's see here. Something's going on with my left knee. I think it was all the sugar that we had over last weekend. It just went to my left knee and it's causing inflammation. I hate that, but it's a good reminder of stop eating the junk, which I have this week. So, but it's being stubborn and not flushing out of my body quickly. And I need it to, because next week I'll be live Monday and Wednesday, and then I'll have to record Friday's video because my mom and I are taking Bevan on a little weekend trip to celebrate her graduation. Gonna take her up to Grapevine to Meow Art Museum, something like that. I don't remember. Meow Wolf. I think it's called Meow Wolf. Has anybody heard of those? Okay, and then maybe that's down here. So excited about that. We'll be leaving on Thursday to go pick my mom up, stay the night at her place, and then head up to Dallas Fort Worth area. It's in Grapevine. So I only learned about it too because of one of the conference that I scrapbooked on Monday. We're staying at the same place that Jeff and I stayed at, and the church is like right across the interstate from there. Like interstate highway. I don't even remember which one it is. I think it moved a little bit. Let me see. Anyhow, the hotel that we stay at is next door to, I don't remember what the Grapevine place is called. It's a um kind of like a galleria, but I mean I don't think it's actually called that. Can't I can't think of what the name of it is. But this Meow Wolf art exhibit is in there as well. Okay, so I just need those two to do. So I gotta run them through. 1 second, sorry. Again, as soon as I get this part done, our page will just about be done. Just looking at them in the blurred vision over here, it's pretty. And I had to snag Bevan before she got too busy with everything else. She'll start going and visiting her dad mid-June, on and off through the rest of the summer, I think. And then she'll be working as well. So I won't see her very much probably after about the 15th. Hey, Lori, how are you? All right, so we've got all that. Now we just need a couple of, might just do like one. Got all my dies up here. Or here, let's just do like three of these of each. Yeah, I can fit that in here to right about there. Oops, owie. It could be dangerous. Let me go. Just that'll bring some brightness. Those will be in the background. I'll kind of tuck these in. I guess I got to turn them the right way, don't I? Maybe right in there. I don't know. I'm just trying to get the best use of my paper as I can. I'm still going to move around. Really? Let's try that again. I'm not going to worry about it so much. Stick them on here. Still doing it. I can't help myself. Okay. It's just not being cooperative. So one more time, y'all. Just one more time. And we'll be done. Maybe I can sneak this up in here. Look at it being so stubborn. My plate on the bottom is warped. Not sure why. I need to flip it around, flip it over. I just haven't done that. All right. So let me show you. I've got this. I'll put these away here in just a little bit. But that's where I've got all my dies stuck to my magnet strip. Those decided to stay in the dies. So now I gotta locate my, oh, there it is. It's actually where it's supposed to be. I take your pick tool. All righty. I'll put all the rest of those away here in just a bit. All right, let's finish this up. We're so close. These will go over here. And again, there's my sketch that we're working with today. Oh, I wonder if I can do like a little bow or a knotted, maybe just little knotted bows is what I'll do. So it won't be too overpowering, but let's get down. I'm going to go ahead and glue that title down. And I'm just going to use my silicone mat and put a little bit of dot adhesive all right there. That just makes it easier. And I'm going to position it right in there at a little bit of an angle, I think. Fit just perfectly right in between there. I didn't plan that, but that worked out great. And then let's just build these clusters up. Let me see what it's going to kind of look like. I'm kind of thinking I can do, I'm going to see if I can, I don't know if we'll be able to see that or not. All right, so I think I can put some, I think there's, see how there's white right there? Let's do some adhesive right there. I got a little bit too much. So that's our, one of our flowers. And I guess we can do the same thing with all these. I guess you could do glue dots. Just gonna put a little bit of adhesive. And we'll do the, how about we do the yellow on this one? I think it's just gonna sit on there like that. So if you wanted to use glue dots, that would be a good option. So you're paper piecing and building up your cute little flowers. And then those are all the pieces for that. All right, let's kind of play around with this. I want the dark out here for sure. And maybe this up. In the background, since it's, I'll put this, I got to put this in the background somewhere. I think I'm just going to stick this like over here. And then this one, we'll see in a minute where we want to put that one. Okay, this is next. Don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do pop any of it up or not. I don't think I'm going to. All right, so then so barely tacking that down. See how it's going to look. And then this can go right up in, maybe like right up in here. There we go. So it's not covering up too much of the lovely. I feel like that's going to go there. And this one's going to go. All right, I think I'm just going to do it something like that. And then maybe, I don't know if we need this or not, but let's see what we can do with this. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Scissors. Maybe tucked up under there somewhere. Not sure about that yet. All right, so then let's just layer these down something similar, which means we have to build these all up again real quick. I'm going to do the yellow this time on the lighter one. There. I wondered, yeah, why the white was left, but now it makes sense. It's kind of like your little tab to add your flowers. All right. Poke that little piece out. There we go. Okay, something else right down here. It's not really gonna have anything to tuck under. That may be a good use for the bow. Maybe I'll do it just a little bit higher. So that one we just about covered completely up, and we may do that with all of them. I don't know. This one we may pop up just a tiny bit because I do want to overlap it on the just one. Let me find my, there they are. Dimensionals. We'll put one right behind here. Then I think it'll hit the photograph. It'll cover that up. So we'll do it kind of like this. That works. Lots of florals going on here. Don't know yet. Tell me what you think about the ribbons. And last, we'll do this one similar to this one up here. I think I'm not sure where my cluster's going on. Maybe right in there. There's that one. Maybe we'll do it right up in here. And then we just have to figure out our gems. I'm not sure why I'm putting adhesive on those right now. Guess they're ready for when I lay it down. Okay. Oh, I didn't put this one in here. That would be good right there. Oops. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go like right there. All right, this one I'm gonna like. All right. I really love the little clusters. Okay, not sure. Let's see where these are gonna go. Let me move this out of the way. I may have to move that. Maybe I'll just do this one right up there. And all right, I think those are our clusters. We're done there. And we just, let's see, what if we did ribbon on each one? Or should I just do, that's gonna cover up. So you think tucked under there just a tiny bit? Or maybe I can do it this way. Just gotta play around sometimes to see. Oh, we do need It's a Lovely Day. Think I can do that right here. I was actually going to look and see if I had any little strips that were big enough to stamp on. Don't think so. Oh, maybe. Let me see. Might have one that I threw away. Oh, that's never mind. That's part of a photo. So let's do, I think it'll be easier maybe just to do like a 1/2 inch. Put these two pieces right here. I'll stamp and trim down. I think all I got to figure out now is what color do I want to stamp it in? I think I'm going to do it in, no, I'm not, because I don't have that ink pad out. Secret C, that's what I'm going to do. And see if I can find my littlest block. There it is. Still has my stamp on there. So I can do it right There. It's a lovely day. Perfect. And when that's stamped, it almost looks black. I think I'm going to do this on each one. And I like it up, I like it going up like that, I think. So something like that and this. Alrighty. All that die cutting. Whew. Should have had some of that done ahead of time. I'm gonna put one. I don't want to do it there. I think right there. I'm doing that 1/2 inch, fits a dimensional just perfectly. So I might should have done 2, but it's a lovely day. It most definitely is. And let's pull in these. And then let me do 2 more of these to see if that's what I want to do, and we'll be done. Scissors. And then this isn't wanting to go the direction I want it to. Um, could go somewhere. It's the one I was worried about. We'll see. Alrighty. This one, even this one, I need to trim off just a tiny bit of that still. I lost my glue dots. I'm pretty sure I still have a few laying around here somewhere. So I just opened a new package. This one will go right down here. I'm gonna tuck it up under that just a smidge. Maybe I'll do that one at a little bit of an angle so it's not interfering too much with the journaling. Put it right there, and then I gotta clean that up just a tiny bit. Has anyone ever used a match to singe the end of their ribbon? A match, a lighter, whatever, fire. I'm kind of consider. I may have to redo this one. I can't get it straight. Yeah, now it's getting too short. There we go. Get all that excess now off there. That might work. I don't know. That one I'll have to play around with a little bit. And then we've got this one over here. I want to do it like that too. Yep, kind of like that. I'm just going to tuck it up in there. Doesn't have to cover the stems exactly. There. And a couple of gems. I think I'm going to do these Darling Duckling. These are bright and pretty. And maybe the timid tiger in here too. Do a medium one. And a little, no, we'll do a big one up here. All right, that's all I'm going to do. So I have plenty left over for Friday. All right, so there's our story and sketch project scrapbook page using the template featured on page 28 of the catalog. I will be sending this out to my newsletter list later today. There'll be a link to the PDF, and then I'll share more details about what's happening, the album retreat, the Stamping Up Join special that's ending on the 31st. I love it. I love that. I wasn't sure about that. It gets a little tricky when I was like, oh, I got to have a banner up there. No, that's just a great place to make your title. So look at the templates like that, that they're not set in stone. You can follow it completely or just change it, alter it a little bit. You can even like turn it different ways if you wanted to. You could do it that way. You could mirror it. All your templates, sketches that you have, you can do that with. You can mirror them. I could make this into a 2-page and just mirror it on the other side to make it look cohesive as well, or do something totally different. Use one of the different sketches that are available too. So, all right, thanks for joining me, everyone. Appreciate the time that you have spent with me. Always enjoy chit-chatting and learning a little bit about what's going on in y'all's day as well. So take care. I'll be back live tomorrow. I didn't have any technical issues today, so I guess I got the issue figured out by hardwiring my computer to my monitor. I guess that's, or the Wi-Fi is what I did. So, and I didn't even have to have Jeff. He's my tech man. That's literally his profession. I didn't even have to ask him to help me. So, all right, y'all take care. Have a great week. Hope to see you tomorrow for Feel Good Friday, where we'll make 2 fun fold cards using what we have left over from our Florals and Blooms Scrap and Create kit. So, take care. God bless you all. Bye bye.